day started off just like any other for local television icon Tom Crawford. Up early to the gym, then the scenic ride from his house to ABC News 4, the place that brought him into the homes of generations of Charlestonians. Who knew that the place where he counted on being seen every day was the last place he'd ever be seen, and that a series of strange occurrences would leave TV's Tom Crawford unaccounted for, and the reputation of a much-beloved radio station mascot in jeopardy. So starts the mystery of the missing meteorologist.
The Weasel as well. Thanks for being here, man. Yeah, you know it. Yeah, right on.
Don't talk to him. Don't give him a big head.
Don't get all right.
You know, I think the last time we saw Tom was the day that the Weasel was in the studio. And typically we finish the show, we go back to our desk, we hang out, we talk, and when we went back to our office, he wasn't there, and his desk kind of smelled funny, and there was like a funny brown fur a little bit around it, and there was, I think, a shoe that we just thought he forgot in his earpiece. But since then, we haven't seen him.
Well, we kind of followed up a little bit on your history and your background, and we noticed that that you've kind of been following the weather pretty closely. You like the weather? You do, huh?
Was the Weasel being falsely accused? Would his co-workers come to his defense? Who would vouch for his character? After all, this is a much-beloved station mascot, the face of a heritage radio station.
So yeah, he was really like getting a problem like with the weather and everything. He was like looking at it constantly, 10 tabs up, and like one would be for Charleston, one would be for North Charleston, and he'd be like, dude, it's almost the same weather. Like, I don't even know why you're looking at two different maps. It's like, he had so many, and he'd just close them out real quick if you walked up on him.
I wasn't with him the whole day. We went to the TV station and did like a shoot. After that, I left and he stayed because he was going to be working there the rest of the day. So everything seemed normal that day. The interview with Tom, it went well. I know he was excited about it.
Back to ABC News 4, where concern was starting to grow. What were the thoughts of the TV crew that worked with the Weasel that day?
It was pretty weird having him like on set with us. I got along with him well. I mean, he was just a normal Weasel. Again, I knew it was a guy in a suit because Weasels don't wear sneakers. Surely someone could give us some insight into the mindset of the Weasel. Maybe his personal physician.
It's important to remember that the long-tailed weasel of South Carolina, found commonly in the Piedmont, does wander into coastal areas. It is a ferocious and aggressive hunter. It can haul down other mammals up to 4 times its size, and that's amazing when you consider this weasel from the ground to the shoulder is maybe, I don't know, about 3 inches tall. Another possibility, it is breeding season. Tom's a good-looking guy. The male usually returns 3 to 4 months after the breeding.
As concern for Tom's safety continued to grow, even those people closest to the Weasel were starting to question everything.
Yeah, so, I don't know, me and the Weasel, we were college interns together and interned throughout the summer, and I don't know, I felt this like connection with him. Like we had a good friendship and everything, but then throughout the past couple of weeks, when right before Tom got abducted or whatever, disappeared, I felt like there was definitely some kind of decision that was made.
To say that I didn't have some concerns, I mean, that would be a lie. Just overall, because of the shrine to Tom Crawford that he has at his cubicle. He has all of the seasons of Low Country Live on DVD, all of them. And he's always going around going, hey Tom, how's the weather? And that's just, I mean, it's just weird because Tom doesn't even do the weather anymore.
Low Country Live co-host Aaron Kinzel.
You know, typically I can text Tom or I call Tom or we coordinate outfits every day, and he hasn't responded to anything. So that's kind of what's been the most cause for concern.
The Weasel's only concern was clearing his name. When told he was a rodent of interest in Tom Crawford's disappearance and asked to come down to Charleston County Sheriff Office headquarters, he complied.
Number 2, will you step forward? Is that what you saw? Yes.
However, after being placed in an interrogation room, detectives decided to let him sit a while as they monitored his behavior from another room. Finally, detectives were ready to talk to the weasel.
Detective Alexander, this is Sergeant Smith.
We're going to talk to you today because you are a rodent of interest in the disappearance of Tom Crawford.
Are you and Tom Crawford friends? So, where can we find Tom Crawford at right now?
I don't think you're being truthful with us. I don't believe that you're being truthful with us. I think that you need to tell us the truth about where he was the last time that you saw him and what you were doing. Why would your fur be on his desk?
You're not gonna weasel out of this one. All right?
All right, you sure you don't want to talk to us? Okay.
Okay.
All right.
With no real evidence, detectives were forced to release the weasel. The mystery continues. Is Tom just off on a scheduled vacation? Or did something more sinister happen? No one knows. Or do they?
And being an intern with him was just like, you know, high pressure system, low pressure system, high pressure system, sometimes high pressure system, low pressure system at the same time. And then, you know, you just end up in that cone of uncertainty, you know, you just never know what's going to happen.
The Weasel.